Hey, it's Leanne and Simon on Loving Life Now with today's topic, opposing polarities.
Awesome.
Hello.
Well, a big welcome to everyone this evening. And as you join us, you know the drill. We'd love to welcome you to the stream. So let us know where you're streaming in from here tonight when you join us. Pop your details in the comments. Lee's going to do some sharing. I feel good. That's what my t-shirt says.
You feel good.
I feel good.
Why is that?
Oh, I just had a infrared sauna and a float this afternoon,
Yes,
which was
looking all shiny.
most enjoyable. And here we are showing up on our Facebook Live. So come and join us. Pop your details in the comments. Let us know where you're streaming in from so we can give you a big hello and welcome.
I thought you were going to say big hug. I'm like, how are you going to do that?
We'll give them a virtual hug if you like.
You can.
All right, we've got Nicole. Hello, Nicole from Tassie. Cheryl's there in Sydney. Brooke also in tropical Townsville. So let us know where you're streaming in from. Pop your details in the comments. We'd love to welcome you here.
Hello, Agatha.
Stephen and Agatha are in the house. Elena, hello from Adelaide.
Karen.
Karen in Aratula. Peggy Crane over there in WA. Shani from Sydney, welcome. Who else we got out there? Let us know where you're streaming in from. Pop your details in the comments, folks. And we've got a great topic this evening called opposing polarities. Lee's just doing some sharing across the pages. Tara says good evening from Canberra. Dolly, hello Dolly. Sue Robson, hello to you. Pacific Spano, hello. Mark and Sandra in Melbourne, good evening. David Miller down in Adelaide, thanks Dave.
The page is
Nigel's up in Cairns, welcome to you Nigel. So as you join us, as I said, pop your details in the comments. Let us know where you're streaming in from. Lisa Payne is over in Perth. Hello, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. And we will get underway with our topic, opposing polarities. Well, of course, you might think, well, what is this? What is opposing polarities? How are we going with our shares there?
Your page is not working again.
Really?
Yeah.
That happened last week.
Just wait.
You didn't get it sorted?
Nope. No, I did not. It's still not working.
That is weird. Maybe you got to switch to your profile and
then was on my profile.
Oh, okay.
I know how to do it. It's just not working.
So Annie says, hi guys, all the way from the Blue Mountains. Carol Thompson, hello to you. Helen Brennan from WA, g'day Helen. Michelle Collins on the Gold Coast. Hey Michelle. Nigel says, love the t-shirt, Simon. Thanks Nigel. Yeah, feel good. Hashtag feel good.
Hashtag feel good.
So I'm feeling good because I had an infrared sauna and a 1 hour float this afternoon.
We did.
Both of us did. So that was enjoyable. 3:30 to 5:30 roughly, and then
I had to do my hair because it was all wet.
Had a bite to eat, came home, and here we are, hanging out with you guys on a Wednesday night.
Funny enough, I'm actually feeling a lot warmer than I have.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I haven't even got a jumper on.
I've been freezing, and then after that, now I feel like warm from the inside. It warmed me all the way through
until we thaw out.
Yeah, and then we'll be freezing again.
So I have to watch out for that. Michelle Peel says, "Hey guys, how you both?" Michelle Peel streaming in from Currumbin. Hi guys from Burnie. Francis is in Burnie in Tasmania. G'day Francis.
Oh, cool.
And Connie says hello from Perth. G'day Connie. All right, so let's talk about our topic, opposing polarities. So what is this? Well, we all know the Chinese believe that they talk about yin and yang, right?
Yes.
And they've got the great little logo.
Yep, the white and the black.
Yeah, the white and the black, the yin and the yang. So we have opposites that exist in life, right? Also exist in the world. They exist in everything we do.
Yes.
One increases things and grows it, and then one
decreases and pulls it back.
Absolutely. So we have opposing polarities. Now, some examples of these in our lives are things like the tide, Lee.
The ocean.
Right? The ocean, right? The ocean has ebbs and flows. We have low tide and we have high tide, and that's an opposing polarity. What else have we got?
Oxygen. So you take oxygen and you don't give oxygen, but you know what I mean. You
inhale it and you breathe it. You breathe it in and you breathe it out, right?
Yes, but it's not oxygen when it comes out.
You inhale, you exhale. And that's in our lungs, right? So we have opposing polarities in and out. Our muscles. What do our muscles do?
They contract and extend.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have opposing polarities there. And the weather, right? The weather can be cold.
And then hot, and then cold again, and then cold a bit more.
Or you can do what we did and have an infrared sauna for 45 minutes and then go in for a 1 hour float and feel really warm. So
we
hot
go to
when you
bed
get,
tonight that will be freezing.
so hot when you get out of those
I
the
know.
rooms and you're trying to get your clothes on, and it's it's like you're in a humidity room.
Yeah, totally.
It's a good experience though. And then of course we've got the time of day, 24 hours. We have day and we have night within a 24-hour period. So again, we have opposing polarities. Now, these polarities are essential in life, right? They're essential, and you could not have light if you didn't have
Darkness.
because you wouldn't know what light was.
No.
Right? So we didn't have darkness. We wouldn't know what light is, and if you didn't have light, you wouldn't know what darkness is.
Yeah.
So one complements the other. And what else is there, Lee?
You can't experience the heat without experiencing cold. So we wouldn't know we've been freezing cold unless we went into the sauna.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, then we've got things like pleasure and pain, and we can certainly feel pleasure and we can feel pain. Mm-hmm. But again, you wouldn't know one necessarily without the other. If you didn't experience one, we didn't know the other existed.
Yeah, so softness and hardness. So like a pillow, or like
a rock,
a big bit of wood,
or a big bit of wood.
That's really bad. Anyway.
Okay, moving right along. All right, so now between the yin and the yang, right? Between the yin and the yang, we actually there is transition. There's transition from one to the other. Mm-hmm. And what is transition? What is transition? Transition is action. All right,
yes.
so action is the transition between the yin and the yang.
Yes.
Right, so we see constant shifts in life. We see balance of forces in the universe, and we also see everything in a flux. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So action is the crossover, or the transition between the yin and the yang. So, these are opposing polarities, things in our life. And of course, there's a lot more to this as well. Now, if we considered in life that things were just fixed, right? It's just the world would not allow any benefit of change, and that would be a big mistake, right? If everything was just fixed and we couldn't...
So it wouldn't be cold or hot, wouldn't be dark or light.
Well,
it'd be just kind of in between.
In between. And we couldn't experience change, right? And that would be a big mistake for us all. Now, you can see people that suffer with this in certain areas of their life, and these can be people who have suffered traumatic experiences. So they've had a trauma that's held them back in life, and that trauma's created a situation for them that doesn't allow them to get out and create change. Yeah. So trauma can be one thing. What else, Lee?
People that are stuck.
People can get very stuck in their ways, or stuck in what it is that they're doing, and not know how to look for the opposite or go and create the change. And of course, it also doesn't allow people to move forward. Right. So you can't move forward while you're stuck, and you can't move forward if you've suffered, trauma. For a lot of people, it's very hard to overcome.
And until they understand and trust this principle in life.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to understand that the principle of opposite polarity, right? Exists in life, and they say opposites attract, right? So with one, can't be the other. So we know that no two people are the same.
Thank God for that.
No two people are the same.
Imagine if there was another one of me.
We are all individuals, and that's a good thing, right? We're all individuals.
Yeah.
Now, we also know that no two situations are the same.
Yes.
So no two situations are the same in life. We've got different situations, and we've also got differences in people, right? So knowledge of differences allows us to be knowledgeable, right? So when we accept that there is differences in people, then it allows us to be knowledgeable. And knowledge allows us to see and act accordingly. What else does it allow?
Creates familiarity. I can't say the word.
Familiarity.
That one. And comfort with change.
I put that in just to make it challenging. Thanks for you. Yeah, so create familiarity. Familiarity. Now you got me going. And comfort with change. So, when things become familiar, you become more comfortable with change. Would you agree with that? Yeah. So as you master something, or you get comfortable doing it, then you're comfortable moving through that change. It also creates a far less fear-based action. And a lot of people come from absolute fear. And of course it holds them back. But with knowledge, then we can overcome that fear.
Yep, for sure.
So now there's one way in life, there's one way how we can handicap people through their mind, right? Okay. How we can actually handicap people in life through their mind. Do you know what that is?
No.
You go on, you're going to share it? All right, it's to teach them to memorize and regurgitate information. Okay. Where do we do that? At school, yeah. Isn't that funny? So we send our kids to school and we teach them how to memorize and regurgitate.
And learn this and learn that.
And regurgitate information. And some of the information they learn is so outdated and so crazy that we're still teaching it. Whole life. We can be teaching far more effective things in our schooling, and I don't know when that is ever going to change.
I don't know.
I don't know. It just, my mind boggles. And I think, you know, the smarter the kids become, the more aware they become about it.
Yeah.
To say, you know,
why am I learning this?
Why am I learning this? This is pointless. You know, why am I going to need this in life?
Yeah.
So it's one way that we can handicap a person's mind is actually teach them to memorize and regurgitate information. So what are we teaching them to do? What was school originally designed for?
I don't know.
It was designed to create workers.
Okay.
Right? To create a labour force. Mm-hmm. That was designed for, to keep them. So we send people into the herd, into school, and we teach them how to memorise and regurgitate information. And that's what they get marked on.
Right.
Their memory, their ability to memorise and speak it on being asked a question. Now, later in life, is there not often times when the kids might ask a question of you and I and say, do you remember this, or do you know how to do this? We're like, how about no? We can't help you with that.
Anything to do with maths, I can't help you.
We cannot help you with that. All right, so
calculator, I can't help you.
The other way that we handicap a person's mind is being taught things because they're just the way they are. It's just the way it is. It's just the way they are, and that's the way you've got to learn it. Or this just happened like that.
Well, Michelle's right. You just ask Google.
You ask Google. That's right. Yeah, well, look at that. Karen said she's overcome PTSD from trauma from our PD products.
That's awesome.
That is amazing. That's what it's all about. Changing the mindset. So we can teach. You know, we get taught things. Our kids get taught things.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. What's not the way it is? You've got to challenge the status quo. And they also get told, now look, here we are, right? Here we are. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it goes. That's it. So being taught things are just the way it are is not necessarily the way it is, right? And we can certainly go and challenge these particular ways anyway.
So the most effective way to be taught and learn is the reasons why.
Yeah, it's the reasons why, right? And all of us are curious beings, and often if somebody tells you something and says, this is the way it is, do you just believe it, or
Depends on what it is.
Do you go and look it up?
Depends on what it is.
Oh, we had that situation today at the shopping centre, didn't we? You said to me that I can't, about TikTok, that if I move it to another device, that it keeps all of my drafts. And I've Googled it and I thought that doesn't sound right to me.
No,
and you're telling me
I didn't say move it. I said it mirrors it.
Mirrors it. Yeah, well, according to the web, it doesn't, and you've got to actually download it all. Okay. And your drafts don't save. So anyway, it's an interesting thing when you hear things, but sometimes you've got to dig deeper, right? And we talk about knowing for yourself. So is what we know factual, or is it not? And if it's not factual, let's go and find the facts proactively.
But Google's not always factual.
Well, no, that can be true too. You've got to make sure that the site that you're getting information from is reputable. Because there's a lot of false information on the internet.
Exactly.
Right? A lot of false information about all sorts of things. And you've got to know how to be discerning. And a discerning person actually knows how to look at the facts and then make a judgment or a decision based on what the information they've seen.
Yeah.
So life works with cause and effect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have cause and we have effect in life. And like good and bad.
Yep.
Right? We have good things and we have bad things. Now, if something bad happens, Lee, what do we say about it?
What's good about it?
What's good about it? So what's good about the bad? So this didn't go the way I wanted it to, wasn't so great, didn't expect that to happen. But of course we can reflect on it and say, well, what's good about it? We can also look at it and say, what can I learn from it? Mm-hmm. So what's good about it, and what can I learn from it, and what else will we look at?
What value can I gain?
Yeah, so what value can I gain from it? So there's three really powerful questions that we can learn from situations that don't go the way that we want them to, right? So we were in that opposing polarity, and we've got good and bad, and sometimes there's things happen that don't necessarily go the way that we want them to. So we can look at it and say, well, what's good about it? What can I learn from it? And what value can I gain from this? So there's no need in life to participate in negative perspective. Mm-hmm. So don't allow yourself to participate in negative perspective. If people are sharing with you negative perspective, walk away.
Yep.
Walk away. All right? Turn around. Talk to the hand. I don't want you to be part of my universe, right?
Exactly.
If you're going to go on with that negative BS, then see you later.
Exactly.
You want to surround yourself with people who are coming from a positive perspective. What else, Lee?
We live in a world with infinite possibilities, and it's up to each and every one of us to choose our own path.
Absolutely. Infinite possibilities. Do we not live in a world of infinite possibilities where we can choose our own path? Absolutely. And it's up to each and every one of us to make that choice and to make that decision for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And of course, what does that do? It allows us to create balance, right? Work-life balance, life balance. Just balance overall in our lives.
Recognize things that get out of balance?
Yeah, we do. We need to be able to recognize when things are out of balance. And then we need to be able to recognize what it is that's out of balance. So sometimes we know things are out of balance, but we don't necessarily recognize what it is. So understanding what it is also helpful. And then what else?
Where it's necessary to take a stand.
Yeah, and sometimes we do. Sometimes we've got to take a stand for others, for what we believe in. For what our values are, for things that match our integrity. And of course, we also understand that each of us can let go of things,
yes.
Right? So if it's not important, let go of it, right? So we live in the world of infinite possibilities, as Lee said, and it's up to each and every one of us to choose our own path. So that is our topic for opposing polarities tonight.
Yes.
And a great topic. It's great to, sort of realise that we do. We live in a world of total polarity where there's the yin and there's the yang and there's a variance in between. And of course, action is what lies in between.
So tell everyone what we did on the weekend.
What did we do on the weekend?
It's 10 minutes.
Okay, what did we do on the weekend?
Yes, I'm just filming.
What did we do on the weekend?
What did we do?
I don't know. Tell me.
We went to Sydney.
Oh, yes.
Are you serious? How did you figure out that?
I wasn't actually in that frame of mind with you, so I'm just throwing it back to you, saying, all right, well, what did we do? You put me on the spot.
We went to Sydney.
We did. We went to Sydney and we caught up with some of our business associates down there. Great little catch-up, so thanks, guys, for... Yeah, it was pretty cold. We went and saw Vivid.
We did. It was really cool.
Vivid lights over the Sydney Opera House. Just amazing. And the Sydney Harbour Bridge and Darling Harbour. An amazing light show.
Things.
Yeah, went down and checked out Circular Quay, caught a few trains.
A few trains and a few trains more.
Yeah, and we enjoyed the time in Sydney, getting around and catching up with people.
Yeah.
So it was nice to catch up with some of our business associates there, and good to just have discussions about life and business and where things are at.
Yeah.
So that was awesome, and we've got a busy week coming up. We've got school holidays starting in Queensland,
Woohoo.
And we've got that happening all of next week.
We've got the kids all week next week.
Absolutely, and then we've got a retreat with some of our business owners the following weekend.
That's going to be so
Now,
exciting.
we're not going to be on live for the next 2 Wednesdays. Why is that? Next week we've got a business plan stream, so we won't be on next week.
Not next week.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And then the following week is State of Origin.
No, it's not next week.
Okay, so we've got we can't be.
No, that we said we're doing that next week.
Oh, we're doing next week.
And then
we
we're
are
not
doing next week.
The 2 weeks.
Oh, it's the 2 weeks after that. My apologies. So we are back next week.
And then the 2 weeks after.
2 weeks after that, we won't be because we've got competing priorities. 1 week we've got a business plan stream on, and the following week is Game 3 of State of Origin. And that's on a Wednesday night. We definitely will not be here doing Facebook Live on State of Origin night. I love my football, and
no one else will be watching anyway.
and I want you to all enjoy the football as well.
Exactly.
So that's really important.
So we're here next week, but the next 2 weeks after that won't be.
Absolutely. So we'll see you back same time next week, 7:30 p.m.
Opposing polarities.
We do.
Exactly, Nigel.
Opposing polarities. That's right. Football, Facebook Live, State of Origin. I know it's State of Origin. So we'll be back next week, 7:30 on Loving Life Now. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here. We'll have another great personal development topic next week, and we'll look forward to seeing you then.
Sounds good.
Anything to say, Lee?
That's it.
That's it.
Thanks,
See you later. Bye, everyone.
Guys. Bye.